Today I get some rounds with the GOAT. One of the GOATs. You know what I mean? Two GOATs. Iron sharpened iron.
Leaked footage of Terence "Bud" Crawford sparring the legend, Olympic gold medalist, two-division champion, and Hall of Famer Andre "SOG" Ward.
What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. You know, that goes to show, you know, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me.
Leaked footage of Terence Crawford's sparring sessions ahead of his showdown with Canelo Alvarez has the boxing world buzzing. The clips highlight Crawford's sharp footwork, lightning-fast combos, and relentless pace inside the gym.
What's up?
Terence Crawford is reportedly sparring with former champion.
Reports say Crawford is sparring with former champion Andre Ward to prepare for Canelo. Ward's ring IQ and technical brilliance make him an ideal partner, pushing Crawford's timing and strategy to the next level. Fans see this as proof that Crawford is taking the fight extremely seriously, doing everything possible to be ready for Canelo's power and experience.
Leaked footage of Terence "Bud" Crawford sparring the legend, Olympic gold medalist, two-division champion, and Hall of Famer Andre "SOG" Ward. And people are speculating Andre Ward is helping Terence Crawford prepare for his upcoming showdown in September against Saul Canelo Alvarez, but that's just simply not the truth. The truth of the matter is that this sparring is old. This is not up-to-date sparring for Terence "Bud" Crawford. This is old sparring. But nonetheless, Terence Crawford has people like Andre Ward that can help him prepare for Canelo Alvarez and are willing to do so. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know what y'all think. Who wins this fight?
Sports media voice Simon Jordan stirred debate by calling Crawford the kryptonite to Canelo. He believes Crawford's style, intelligence, and adaptability could be the key to breaking Canelo down. Crawford's ability to make adjustments mid-fight has been his trademark, and against someone like Canelo, who thrives on tempo control, that skill could change everything.
I went straight away with Crawford, and so did Spence. I mean, other people that we've spoken to, I think Paul Smith and other people that sit on the show with us think it will be Canelo Alvarez because of size. We've seen Canelo Alvarez take that journey up to light heavy and find himself coming up against Dimitri Bivol and not being able to do what he does at super middleweight. I just think that Crawford is such a fighter of such stature and competence that he might just be the kryptonite to Saul Alvarez.
Crawford has made it clear he never underestimates any opponent. Big name or not, his preparation never changes. He trains with the same intensity for everyone, keeping discipline and focus at the highest level. His camp for Canelo reflects that same mindset, attention to detail, strategy, and conditioning that have kept him at the top.
At the end of the day, you know, when you look at Spence, that was my biggest challenge. When you look at Postal, that was my biggest challenge. When you look at Majimov, that was one of my big challenges because I was moving up in weight and, you know, given the circumstances that, you know, his background, amateur background and things like that, Gamboa was my biggest. They all big challenges in their own right.
Have you put on a lot of weight or muscle? Like, how is it in that department? Because I know a lot of people have said, like, hey, you're fighting a big guy, 168, who's used to fighting guys that are bigger than him. It might be smart to put on a little bit more, like, mass.
It comes natural with working out.
Yeah.
You know, like I said before, the only thing about this camp different than any other camp is I don't got to cut muscle. I don't got to, you know, watch what I do in strength and condition. I can, you know, go fully all out, you know, and just do what I need to do to get stronger.
To you, how much is the skull fight performance kind of like a thing you're keeping an eye on?
Well, you know, that's not a fight that I really, you know, look into because, you know, Canelo is a great fighter, and one bad performance don't define a fighter, you know, given the circumstances of his previous fights, and, you know, we looking forward to Canelo being the best Canelo that he can be. Skull might not have made him get to that point where he felt any danger or any significance where he had to go to that deeper level in training or take the fight as serious as he's taking this fight. So, I don't know. I don't know what was up with that fight.
Yeah, some said that, and let me know just your perspective on this. Some have said that you have to fight like Skull in order to win the fight. Like, do you feel that you have to fight that way to beat Canelo, or you're like, nah, like I could beat him in the mid-distance?
Just fight my fight. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they have their opinions. They have, what's going to happen.
Among fans, there's one major concern: boxing politics. With a superstar like Canelo, some worry about fair judging. Many believe Crawford has the tools to win clean, but the fear of a controversial decision lingers. If Crawford does pull it off, though, it could set up a dream fight with David Benavidez. That matchup would be massive. Two generational fighters, a clash that could reshape pound-for-pound rankings and the entire boxing landscape.
He should know by firsthand what Crawford like. His older son then got his ass whooped by Terence Crawford already. He feared that if Crawford beat the shit out of Canelo, the world gonna scream for Crawford versus Benavidez.
Yeah, right. Crawford don't want that, bro. Don't forget Turkey offered Crawford that fight already. Chill.
And he said he'll take it.
Nah, he asked for a 64-pound catch weight.
Yeah.
Turkey sent the offer for 64 pounds.
Yeah. We know what's up.
We know what's up.
That fat boy don't want it with Crawford. Benavidez don't look like he in shape.
Lord of mercy.
That boy start training camp a week before the fight, and then he get on the scale. He starve himself. Stop playing. That boy don't got an ab. He ain't got a definition of a muscle.
Trainer Robert Garcia is confident in Canelo. He believes this won't be anything like the lackluster John Ryder fight. Garcia says Canelo will come in fully prepared, sharp, and motivated. Still, he acknowledges Crawford is dangerous and demands respect. Ultimately, though, Garcia sides with Canelo's proven record and championship experience.
But I go based on Canelo's last two performances where flat-footed, one punch at a time. But I don't see him doing that. I think he's gonna fucking fight tough in this fight. So more likely Canelo's gonna win. Maybe even hurt Crawford. But do I think Crawford has a chance? 100%.
I don't see Crawford running. I think Crawford, if he goes out on a shield like Spence.
Exactly, and he's got good skills too to fight a perfect fight and win a decision. But it's gonna be tough.
Does he have enough power to keep Canelo off him? Canelo takes a good punch.
Why not? But Canelo doesn't pressure that hard anymore. He doesn't put that pressure anymore. So combinations, movements, boom, 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 defense. Could get knocked out in the last round, even if he's winning every single round. But he's got to fight a perfect fight. Can he do it? I think he can. But I still put my money on Canelo if I have to.
Ryan Garcia praised Crawford's slick defense and ability to slip shots, calling him a tough and gritty fighter. But despite the compliments, Ryan doesn't see Crawford winning. He believes Canelo's size, strength, and pedigree will give him the edge. It's a view shared by many: respect for Crawford's talent, but faith in Canelo's dominance.
Crawford Canelo, Rod. Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good. But I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud like getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing.
He has the best chin that I've ever seen.
And nothing moves his head.
Yeah, I've never.
So
I seen one time Triple G hit him, and he kind of like, and then he's right back on it.
Bro, that's the thing. Like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he like, not that he's getting hit. Well, he is getting hit, but it's so ineffective that what he's doing is just he imposing himself too well, and I see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Crawford is a great fighter. I think he's one of the best. I just think that he's biting a little bit more than he could chew. But you never know. If anybody can do it, it could be Crawford. You know, I do see him like when he fights. I'm like, damn, how do you beat this guy? You know, he could do it all. He could box. He could bang. He could, step on the gas when he needs to. He could do everything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I see is sometimes he gets cracked with some crazy ass shots. But other than that, I mean, he's really one of the most complete fighters I've seen in my life.
Some analysts argue Crawford simply can't surprise Canelo. After all, Canelo has shared the ring with legends like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Gennady Golovkin, experiencing every style from defensive wizards to power punchers. They believe Crawford won't bring anything Canelo hasn't already solved, pointing to Canelo's adaptability as his biggest advantage.
Canelo, there's no footwork
that Canelo Alvarez haven't seen. He's seen the footwork of Floyd Mayweather. He's seen the footwork of Lara. He's seen the footwork of Plan and Billy Joe Saunders, and he's seen people switch up just like he's seen that before. He's seen the Daniel Jacobs switch up. Go watch the third round of the Daniel Jacobs fight with Canelo Alvarez. He's seen the switch up, and then he was putting on a beating on Daniel Jacobs when he switched, and he made him switch right back. He's seen switches. He's seen movement. He's got hit with the power punches by Triple G, Kovalev, and stuff like that. He felt that. Ain't nothing that Terence Crawford's going to bring to the table that Canelo Alvarez cannot handle. IQ. He's been with the ring with IQ. He's been in the ring with that. He's been in the ring with people with constant pressure. He's been in the ring with that. Terence Crawford don't got nothing that Canelo Alvarez haven't experienced. Terence Crawford got nothing that Canelo Alvarez haven't beaten. Terence Crawford's got nothing to overwhelm Canelo Alvarez. He don't have the high-value punching of Bivol. He don't throw 700 punches a fight. He don't throw He don't throw over 50 punches around. 60 punches around. He don't do it, so he's not going to overwhelm Canelo Alvarez. He's not going to overpower Canelo Alvarez. As a matter of fact, we got the footwork. We ain't seen all that magical footwork versus Madrimov. We ain't seen that magical footwork versus Madrimov. We ain't seen the defensive whiz. He's not a defensive whiz, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you like this. Terence Bud Crawford is good and is great. Going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget that Terence Bud Crawford does not have a first-tier Hall of Fame resume.
Canelo's preparation has also included sparring with Jaron Boots Ennis, another elite fighter. Analysts note that while Boots fights differently from Crawford, the choice shows how serious Canelo is. Boots brings explosive athleticism, while Crawford is more patient and tactical. Training with both styles helps sharpen Canelo for anything on fight night.
Back with Canelo, it does look like he respects Terence Crawford to the point where he is willing to go out and get, regardless if they're big name or not, some of the best guys that he can bring in to his camp. And also, there's the mind games aspect of it. It's pretty well known now in the boxing world that Boots Ennis and Bud Crawford was the fight a lot of people wanted, and Bud chose to go to 168 and fight Canelo versus fighting Boots coming up to 154. And there was that interaction between the two of them all the way back, I think, in Los Angeles. Before Bud Crawford was going to fight Madrimov, it was this right here.
Thought she wasn't going to watch it.
There it was. It was just Bud saying I thought she wasn't going to watch it, talking about he wasn't going to watch the Madrimov and Bud fight. But that's been the long rumored fight. And some people, not me, I would never say this, but some people have said that Bud avoided Jaron Boots Ennis to go and fight Canelo at 68. So could it be a potential mind game play from Canelo to say, you know what? I got the guy that you didn't want to fight to come in and spar me to prepare for you. And he has somewhat of a similar style. And he can do a lot of the things that you can do. Maybe not on the same level. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that Boots Ennis is as good or is the same fighter as Bud Crawford. That would be crazy to say, right? All those things, by the way, can be true. That Canelo wanted an advantage in the mind games, right? He wanted to kind of play some games with Bud and see if he would take the bait and get a little nervous that he was, bringing in the Rashidi Ellis's and the Jaron Boots Ennis's to spar. And also, yes, I think Bud is far and away good enough to threaten Canelo, to beat Canelo. And if Canelo shows up in William Skull fashion, then that fight's not going to go well for him. So yeah, he probably upped the level this time around.
Amir Khan, who has shared the ring with Crawford, gave him big credit. Khan pointed out Crawford's underrated physical strength, his ability to control opponents in clinches, and the real power behind his punches. Fans often overlook this side of Crawford, but Khan's perspective reminds everyone, he's not just technical brilliance, he's also physically dangerous.
King for Canelo, I guess you could say.
Exactly, Golovkin, But other than that, I don't class the Mayweather fight a hard fight, because Mayweather just a runner, wasn't he?
Yeah. But, I guess Bivol had the size.
Bivol had the size advantage, but this one, I think Canelo has the size advantage. But then again, I've always said Crawford puts on the weight well. If you look at size of him, you see his picture when he was like 185. He looked huge, bro. He looked jacked up and he looked strong at the weight as well. But now remember when I used to spar with him, and I think, wow, he's heavy and he's heavy-handed as well.
People don't give as well,
Yeah, people don't give him the credit for his power. Crawford bangs hard, man. I mean, and also has that muscle strength. I saw him in the gym when I was training with them, wrestling heavyweights and taking them down. Wrestling. So I don't know if you know this, but Crawford is, I think he was like one of the top national wrestlers.
He was a good wrestler. Yeah, I think he wrestled when he was younger, and he was very. Like, you always see him wrestling people at events.
Strong,
and stuff.
He's strong, So either he's one guy you don't want to fight, because if you ever stand off with him, he's gonna try knocking you out, and if he takes you down, you're fucked as well. So I mean, but look, I mean, it's a great fight that we're gonna see, because we've not really seen a fight where it's like it is a proper 50-50 fight. Why people are saying it's a 50-50 fight? Because Canelo has all the advantages, and Crawford has never been beaten. So that's why. And Crawford looks unbeatable. So it's gonna be a good fight.
One, I think you must be the only guy, as you say, that's boxed both of the fighters. But when you sort of take into account both of Canelo and Crawford's advantages, who do you think has an upper hand, with it being Crawford in the movement or Canelo with the power, would you say? Like, what would you say is a stronger
I think Crawford, in my opinion, has more attributes, like more advantages in this fight, because being the guy that's not taking much punishment and not many hard fights.
For many analysts, this fight is Crawford's biggest opportunity. Moving up to face a star like Canelo is a true crossroad moment. At 36, Crawford is fighting not just Canelo, but also time and size. Some doubt whether his smaller frame and age can hold up against Canelo's natural strength. Still, his skill and confidence can't be denied. Win or lose, this fight is set to define the legacy of both men.
Yeah, is he too old and too small?
I think he is. A lot of people say Canelo's on the decline, but y'all motherfuckers tend to forget this is a small dude competing against natural dudes. So it's more obvious that he's going to look more on the decline because he's fighting bigger dudes. But the first time he did go up to fight a dude that was similar in weight when rehydrated, he didn't look as the killer y'all make him to be. I mean, he demolished the fucking most expensive crash dummy. Y'all are dumb as shit. Y'all still living off that fight. They're still living off of it, and then they can't say that he's old because they've only gotten one fight after that fight. Yeah, I think he's old, bro. 37. It's gonna be 2 years since he fought Errol Spence. I do think he's old, and it's gonna show once he's up there with the dude that's been fighting naturally bigger men.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next.